How to create meta tags for SEO. Hello and welcome back again. In this video session we're going to look at some different meta tags, particularly meta description. Meta description tag goes within the head of an HTML document and it has simply name value pairs, as in name, in this example it's description, and content is whatever is within the content. It has to be wrapped within quotes. Here's what a perfect meta description looks like. It should be within 150 character space. It should include your keywords at the beginning. You can and should include synonyms of the words that you're targeting. And if the words that you're targeting are highly competitive, then you can and should include them twice, as in mention them twice. But above all else, remember, not only this kind of helps your Google rankings to some degree, despite what anyone says, okay, because it is a signal, whether it has a heavy weight, as in important weight or not, because none of the SEO elements are important by themselves. They only become important when you incorporate all of them and let them work together. So therefore, meta description are important, and you should think of them as to, your ideal customer will see it in Google results page. And if you create the intelligent title, as I've shown you in the previous video session, then they will actually stop to read the description as well. So therefore, include some value for your ideal customer to click your website from Google results page. Now, I personally use Microsoft Word for this as well. I simply create 2-3 different versions because I know I can count the words and I want to stay within 150 character space, okay? Now, I've got my internet browser open and I am in Google Webmaster Help Center here, right? And you can read and learn a little bit more about it, as in more in-depth knowledge about it, and perhaps even watch the video to understand that it is important for your Google rankings, okay? You may be using some sort of a content management system, perhaps WordPress, which is very popular, right? And by default, it doesn't allow you to create unique meta description for your pages or posts and so on, okay? Depending on the theme, surely. But if it doesn't, then there are many plugins where you can simply plug in to your WordPress site and then utilize the features that it allows you to tweak. Now remember, most of these plugins, I checked most of them out anyway, okay, they either tell you, they're trying to explain how it works. You actually now know how everything works because of this training course. So therefore, some of the tweaks that they allow you to make are important, some of them are not. As we now know, the important ones, as in meta titles are important, meta descriptions are important, and canonical URLs are important depending on the type of online business that you have, okay? Each of your landing pages need to be unique, as in have unique description, adhering to the principles that we've learned now, right? As you can see, each page in this training course examples has to have unique description, okay? Now, even your contact us page, even about us page, even terms and conditions have meta descriptions for them as well, despite what someone may have told you as to not have them, okay? You have to have them for each landing page that you want Google to index, okay? Describe the page while adhering to the best principles. There are a couple of other meta tags that you can utilize and I believe are important. There are many different ones that some people tell you, you should use them and so on, okay? You don't need to, don't confuse yourself, okay? It's not going to make much of a difference, as in, including meta tag for copyright information, okay? Because there are other ways to accomplish that, not in your head section, okay? Don't use things like that. But perhaps your website is built for different languages, okay, and using different character encoding. If that's the case, you can utilize meta tag for that. In English websites, Google recommends encoding UTF-8 Unicode, okay, so you can use that, no problems. Title is not a meta tag, but we know it's important. Now there is another one here, okay, which basically says to Google, okay Google, you know what, I'm running a promotion, perhaps it's seasonal, I've created 5 different landing pages for those promotional landing pages, but you know what, I'm gonna run the promotion for a month or 2 weeks and so on, okay, and what I want to tell you is after a certain date that particular landing page will be unavailable, so you can use this meta tag for Google, okay, so that's there for you, it's available for you to utilize it, okay. Now there is another meta tag called meta keywords, okay. Now I can tell you that 99% of the webmaster community, they're confused about how to utilize this. Some of them tell you not to utilize it, some of them tell you to do so, but they actually don't understand how to. Let me show you an example of what I mean. I've written a meta keyword. It's like an article, really. It's all text-based, like an article. It's unique. Now I've got Internet Explorer open once again, and for you to understand how to utilize that meta keywords, I strongly encourage you to watch this particular video session, because within it I actually tell you how to use it for SEO and rank purposes, okay? So you can and should utilize meta tags. I've also got one more video session particularly designed for website owners who are focusing on local SEO, so to speak, okay? So if you've got a local business, there are actually a couple of additional meta tags that you can utilize, okay, for geolocation, and I strongly encourage you to watch this particular video session, not only to see how to use those meta tags, but also all the other information that is important for your local keyword rankings for your local business. And one more thing before we close this video session. Now we know from the previous video session that we can utilize Web Developer Toolbar in Firefox, right? And as I've shown you when we were creating our title, we could tweak the result set, right? And as you can see here, that's what I've done, not only for the title but the URL to demonstrate how you should do it. And I've also included my meta description here. Now the reason for this is because there are many tools available perhaps to see how your search snippets will look in Google result set, right? But none of them come close to this particular procedure, because when you search for the keywords of importance, okay, in your industry, surely, okay, then the result set will be related to those keywords, right? And then, you know, tweaking the result set and including yours to see how it looks is actually much better, because you actually see it exactly how it's gonna look amongst all the others targeting the same keywords. So therefore you can actually get a more of a feel of your title and description and so on, so you can see exactly how it's going to look instead of doing it by itself through other tools and so on, okay? So I strongly encourage you to tweak the result set and include your details before you upload your landing pages and so on, okay? Because as you can see, you know, now you can see how it looks. Perhaps you're not happy, and then you can change it and so on, okay? So now we know all we need to know about meta keywords of importance for us. The rest, don't worry about it. So I thank you very much for learning with me. Let's continue learning. Thank you.